Crypto markets bouncing nicely today, even as we have seen a stall to peace talks between Iran and the US. We've also got FOMC coming out later today. Unlikely to be very many surprises there, but we're going to get into it all the same in just a second. But first of all, take a look at Bitcoin pricing, because a somewhat refreshing picture from what we've seen over the last couple of days at least. Currently trading at $77,600, and that means we are up from 76K about 2.43%, which is a nice little bounce. Now, we spoke about this in yesterday's video. Structurally, 76K was the level to watch because this was former resistance, now starting to turn into support, i.e. the highest that the market got since the lows on the 6th of February was 76K. We came up to break that once, or first here, I should say, on the 17th of April, and then again here on the 21st of April. Now we've come back down to retest that level, bouncing away from it. Now, honestly, unless I've missed something really important, please tell me if I have, I don't believe that this bounce is fundamentally driven. I believe this is a relief bounce, potentially based on the psychological structural level, but mostly driven by liquidations, because as we spoke about yesterday, we saw that imbalance building up on the shorter term timeframes. There were a lot of leverage longs jumping into that. Pardon me, there were a lot of leverage shorts jumping in after the fact into that sell-off. And if we see any sort of turnaround in the market, as we tend to, right, it's ebb and flow, we can come around to liquidate some of those short positions, which equates to forced buying onto the market. And that is exactly what we've seen over the last 24 hours here. $164 million worth of shorts liquidated out of the market. So pretty much the opposite of the effect that we saw as we were coming down, if that makes sense. So now we see an alignment on the 1 day, right, the short-term time horizons and the longer-term time horizons, namely the 30 of long positions in the market versus short positions in the market, i.e. there is a lot more long side liquidation risk, i.e. the odds of this all tumbling down like a house of cards are increased in my opinion. But nonetheless, I remain long because, like I spoke about yesterday, from where we are right now, it doesn't make sense for me to get out of the rest of this position just yet. Currently up $360 on that. It's a small trade. It's a small trade for me. It's a small trade for the account. 0.03 BTC, 20x leverage long. And I've taken plenty of profit out of this trade already. That is the luxury that you get from being sensible enough to get into a long trade when everybody else is getting short. I would not be going long today. Absolutely not. I would not be buying into the market more today to get leverage long because, as I've just explained, most of the market is already leveraged long. But look, as I said, I think this is a relief bounce spurred along by short side liquidations. I don't believe this is fundamentally driven because the fundamental situation isn't looking incredible at the moment. We've got obviously stalled peace talks in the Middle East between Iran and the US. The matter in contention right now is nuclear weapons, which has been, well, it's what we've been told has been the key matter of this whole thing since before it started. Trump threatens Iran to get smart soon amid stalled talks. The point is here, in a new social media post, US President Trump has threatened Iran better get smart soon as efforts by Washington and Tehran to end hostilities appeared at a standstill. And this appeared at a standstill is the biggest issue, of course, because we do have currently a ceasefire, but we don't have a actual end, a roadmap to an end to the conflict in whole, which means we get to enjoy increased oil prices, which means we get to enjoy increasingly restrictive monetary policy because of the impact that has on inflation. And of course, we do have later today FOMC out. This will actually be the last FOMC for Fed Chair Powell. US Federal Reserve is expected to leave the policy rate unchanged for the third consecutive meeting in April. And you can see here on FedWatch, there is in fact a 100% chance that the rate remains unchanged at 350 to 375. That is slightly reduced at the next meeting in July, but only very, very slightly, right? 96.9%, but 100% chance of a rate decision remaining where it is right now. And this is the knock-on restrictive monetary policy that we're talking about when I say increased oil prices leads to restricted monetary policy, leads to less liquidity in the markets. The economic uncertainty created by the Middle East crisis clouds the Fed's policy outlook, Fed Chair Powell's comments could ramp up USD volatility, well, probably will, as markets see a strong chance of the bank maintaining the status quo by the end of 2026. In fact, they see, according to FedWatch, a 100% chance of the status quo being maintained. Still expect it to be volatile, right? It won't be based on the rate decision, unlikely, unless we get an upset in the rate decision. It'll be based on the comments, what Powell actually says, particularly being that this will be his last FOMC meeting in his capacity as Fed chair. CME FedWatch tools shows investors see little to no chance of a rate cut, at least until September, while pricing is about 80% probability that interest rates will remain where they are currently, but that has now gone up today, as we know, to 100%. And then, they're projecting out to by the end of 2026. But there we go. For the way I see it right now, little relief bounce, nothing exciting, nothing to write home about. I'm still in this long position. As I've said time and again, it's a very small chunk of the overall trade size. I don't see a reason to jump out of that right now, but I certainly wouldn't be stacking into a bigger long position right now, the way I see things going. All eyes on FOMC, although I doubt there'll be any particular surprise in terms of the actual rate decision. Would be interesting to see, and this is what markets will be listening. This is what markets will be listening for, is going to be Powell's comments. There we go. As always, nothing I say should be considered financial advice, but I do appreciate you watching. Plenty more to come. Do consider dropping me a subscription if you enjoy these daily market update videos. Thanks so much. Catch you in the next one.